Hello and welcome to Jill Cameron Creations. Today we are making our Home Sweet Home card inspired by the song Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue. So here's the card sketch, and we're going to be using a couple different stamp sets and mixing some stuff up here. I am going to be using the Concord and Ninth City Stacks and the XO Turnabout stamp set. And my XO Turnabout stamp set is going to be the background for the card. It's really subtle. And most all of the Turnabout stamp sets now come with the guide. So all you have to do is put this in your stamp positioning tool, and then put the stamp over top of it and line it up. That's literally all you have to do. You don't have to do the draw on the stamp anymore. You don't have to make your own jig or anything like that anymore. Then I add a little bit of temporary adhesive to the middle of the guide there, and I put my cardstock on top of it. That way I just have to turn the guide. That's all I have to do. I just have to pick it up and turn it 3 times and it's done. And I'm using Morning Frost ink by Altenew, so it will be a very subtle background. As a matter of fact, you almost can't see it in the pictures, but it's there. You know it's there. It's kind of like making your own patterned paper for this. Now, you might be asking yourself, why am I doing all of these song-inspired cards? Well, I listen to music all the time, so I get inspired by music a lot. But the main reason for it is to show you that you can create a card for anything. If you have... So this card is inspired by Motley Crue, Home Sweet Home, and the color palette's also inspired by Motley Crue in that back in the early 80s, a lot of their costumes were red and black and silver and a little bit of white thrown in. So I kept the color palette very similar to that, with a little spark of red in there, but black and white is the main color of this. And so that inspired me as well. However, I have a friend that's getting ready to buy a house, and so I could send this to her as well, just as a Home Sweet Home card. She's bought a new house, and there it is. It's, new house, Home Sweet Home. But let's say that you have a friend that you always make a birthday card for, you always make Christmas cards for, and you're kind of tired of sending, regular old handmade cards. And I know no handmade card is a regular old handmade card, but you know what I mean. And you want to do something that's really special just for your friend. And your friend loves Stranger Things. So you go and you look at Stranger Things stuff. And you get the color palette from Stranger Things, which has got a lot of 80s stuff in it. So you could do neon colors and it would be great. You go and find a font maybe, or an outline die that kind of reminds you of that, and you put it all together with some funky fun monster stamps that you have, and so you're letting that show, even though it's crazy, creepy, scary monsters on that show, but still you could use the cute little fuzzy monsters that you have on stamp sets, and you're letting that show actually inspire you for the card that you want to make, because your friend really loves Stranger Things. Or it could be Game of Thrones, or Harry Potter, or a million different things it could be. It could be a song, it could be a book, it could be a movie, it could be a TV show. Anything that, make it very personal for your friend, that person that you're sending that card to. And being inspired by other stuff is really important when you start making cards. A whole lot. So that's kind of my point behind this, is that I am inspired greatly by music. So I went ahead and made a couple cards that inspired me from songs that I absolutely love, and artwork from those songs, and color schemes from the videos from those songs, etc. So that's how I kind of came up with this, and why it was something that I really wanted to do in the month of June during my 30 days of cards. Now, the Home Sweet Home sentiment that I'm putting on here is actually in my encouragement bundle that I will link to over on my blog, and it has a bunch of stuff in it. It is a digital cut file, and I made it, and I have the sentiment and the shadow for it, so absolutely adorable on this card. Absolutely love it. So I put that together, and I'll link to that over, of course, over on my blog, so that if you wanted to, you could grab that while you're over there. And I'm going to put this down on my card. Don't forget, in July, we're going to be doing Christmas in July, and you know, a lot of people do Christmas cards in July, and I'm going to join that and do a bunch of Christmas cards. And after I put this on here, I knew I was going to add the glitter gloss or the glitter brush pen to the front of it, and I went really, really, really heavy on the glitter brush on the sweet. And then I'm going to also add glossy accents to the word sweet. But after that, I was kind of like, it still needs something. It's still kind of and plain and bland. So I did go ahead and add something else to the end of this. You're adding glitter brush pen to your projects, and no, I don't do it this fast. I wish I could do it this fast. Be sure that if you squeeze the pen, that you squeeze off of the paper so it doesn't bloop everywhere, and then it might, you know, pool everywhere. Unless that's what you want it to do, is like really, really pull. See how I got it to be really, really thick right there? And I got a lot of glitter pen on the sweet part, so it was really, 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 really glittery. And then I'm going to go over that with glossy accents so that it has a lot of dimension to it, and it really, really stays on there. The bottle that I use for my glossy accents as well as my glue is just something that it fits my hand better. It doesn't bother me to squeeze on that. And I have really good luck with them not clogging or anything like that. And unfortunately, this bottle is ancient. I've had it for years and years and years and years, and I haven't been able to find one that necessarily works like this one does. For my glue, I did get the needle tip bottle, and that worked really well. So when I decided that it wasn't enough on the front of this card, I went ahead and I added some dashed lines all the way around the edge of the card. And that really finished off this card. I really, really did like it when I finished it. So I hope you are totally inspired to try something a little different in your card making and be inspired by anything and everything around you. You could be inspired by a magazine article or cover, or a decoration in a house, a book cover. Just about anything in the world can inspire your card making, and including other card makers. I thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to head over to the blog and also check out my yesterday's video for other inspiration from another song, and also the courses that I have over on Thinkific. So thanks so much for joining me today. If you have any questions or want to share your cards with me, all you have to do is tag me, Jill Cameron Creations, and I will see those absolutely on social media. I'm over on Instagram and Facebook, and I'm definitely going to include all of that information in the description below. Thanks so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful day.